Now let's head out to China, where the Shanghai Auto Show is taking place. CNBC's Lin Lin on the ground there. And Lin, I hope you got that massage on the car yesterday, but you also sat down for an exclusive conversation with Pony AI boss to talk about robo-taxis.
Good morning to you, Sherry. I did get a chance to speak with James Peng, who is the CEO of Pony AI, and he revealed some new details here of what seems like to be a pretty significant potential partnership with tech giant Tencent. I think the biggest thing to take away here is that potentially we could see the Pony AI's robo-taxi services being found on that ubiquitous WeChat app of which Tencent owns. Let's watch.
We actually have discussed with Tencent for quite some time because Tencent has a huge user base. It has some cloud offering as well. So I think it's also from culturally, it's a good fit for both companies. So we had quite a bit of discussion. The current collaboration will have two folds. One is on user acquisition. So the WeChat has all sorts of applications in there, and one of the applications is for mobility. So we'll at some point, hopefully in the very near future, in the WeChat, you'll be able to, as a channel to get a robotaxi ride.
And if this does progress, how significant is this potential partnership?
Well, as we are scaling up, providing a good service to the user is one of the essential key for our success. And Tencent definitely has, one of the applications with the biggest users. So I think that really is a win-win collaboration.
Let me just make a couple of points off the back of James's comments. As he said, Tencent's WeChat's user base is huge. Anybody that owns a smartphone here in China uses the app. People call it a way of life here. At the current moment, of course, if you wanted to use Pony AI's robotaxi service, you would need to go and download the app and sign up. But what this could mean is that if you click into WeChat, you go onto the WeChat travel page, which allows you to basically order a ride that if this partnership does go through, that this would be an option. So it would make it enormously easier and therefore easier for the company to scale. And it also goes hand in hand with an announcement we heard earlier this week from Pony AI. They released the next generation of their driverless robo-taxis, which they say is improved technology. It's also led to about a 70% reduction in cost as well. And James has been talking to us about the fact that they're really looking up to scale up their fleet. So they've got about 250 domestically at the moment. He's looking to basically mass produce later this year to 1,000, and ultimately the longer term goal here, 50,000 globally by 2028. Martin?
Yeah, Lin, excellent. Listen, two things I want to get you to talk to us about. I know you're busy, so tell us what you can. But in terms of context, right, I think absolutely right. This sounds like just a no-brainer way to scale by tying up with a platform like Tencent and WeChat, rather. But, the whole idea of robotaxis, I know they're operating in several cities already, either officially or being beta tested, et cetera. But in terms of numbers, what are we talking about here? Hundreds of thousands, millions, or are we still in the thousands or even below?
in terms of what's happening in China, I mean, it starts off, I guess, with, Made in China 2025, this push towards high-end technology. We've seen it in electric vehicles, and it's the same sort of thing in terms of autonomous vehicles, driverless technology. There is a lot of competition, but in China, there's the big three here, which is Baidu's Apollo Go, it is WeRide, as well as Pony AI. Now, in terms of the rollout here, I would say it's nascent, but we are seeing the early stages of commercialization. So whilst there's about maybe 24 cities that have undergone that beta testing, there's about 4 or 5 of the major cities located in Tier 1 provinces. So we're talking about Guangdong, here in Shanghai, Beijing, as well as Shenzhen, that are rolling out in specific designated zones these robo-taxis for commercial use. Now, China is ahead versus the rest of the world. Shortly, if we look at the US, they are also starting in terms of the commercialization. But, by numbers, for example, China does beat the US in terms of the amount of rides that we've seen per year. Baidu, for example, last year reported 6 million rides. So that's sort of the state of play here, I would say, Martin. Nascent, but we are seeing the early stages of that commercialization.
All right, on the runway, but not quite taking off yet. They need to scale and distribution through platforms like WeChat. One big and obvious way to do it. Understood. Lin, very quickly, I know this is bad news, but, there's recently a video of just a horrific accident involving a car that was autonomously driven. And that's led, I think, officials and authorities to push back or almost crack down, is a word I've heard used, on the technology. Is that having an effect? Is that something that people are talking about? Did Pony AI bring it up?
So we didn't hear anything about that necessarily from Pony AI, but, we did speak to WeRide as well, which is the other competitor here. And as they have emphasized to me, safety is absolutely crucial. We heard WeRide CEO Tony Han saying to me, it only takes one bad accident or one accident at all to basically potentially derail the longer term scaling of this industry going forward.
All right, Lin, excellent coverage. Been enjoying it. Thank you. Keep warm there. Lin Lin, live at the Shanghai Auto Show still.